Imagine you're 57 years old, you've been working for decades, and you're ready for freedom. You've saved around £500,000, a number that feels both big and small at the same time. Now here's the hugely important question. Is that enough to retire today? The truth, it's not as simple as a single number. Retirement is about a lot more than the size of your pension pot. It's about your lifestyle, your spending, inflation, and how you actually use that money over time. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why £500,000 could work for you and what to do if it doesn't feel like enough. Chapter 1, why the number alone isn't enough. It's not just about how much money you have, it's how you manage your money. Just look at Mike Tyson. He built up a fortune of $400 million in the 80s and 90s, but because of poor money management, he blew it and eventually went bankrupt in the early 2000s. Early retirement is not just about saving a big pile of money. You could save 500,000, a million, even 2 million and still run into problems if you don't manage it properly. Why? Because it's not just about the size of the pot, it's about how long it lasts and whether it matches your lifestyle. Let's break it down. Housing. Do you still have a mortgage at 57 or are you renting? If you've got no housing costs, your retirement money stretches much further. If you're paying rent in today's market, you'll need a much bigger pot. Paying off your mortgage is a big deal here in the UK. And if you see below, I've done a video about whether you should pay your mortgage off early or invest in the stock market to get higher returns. Lifestyle. Some people want a simple, quiet retirement. Gardening, family, the occasional meal out. Others want to travel the world, upgrade the car every few years, or enjoy golf memberships. That's a huge difference in cost. Healthcare. We don't like to think about it, but as we age, as we get older, medical costs rise. Even in the UK with the NHS, it all adds up. Inflation. This is the sneaky one. 500k today is not the same as 500k in 20 years. If inflation averages 2% per year, your money's purchasing power halves in about 35 years. So what feels like a comfortable amount now might feel tighter later. And when you factor in currency debasement, basically when governments and central banks turn the money printers on, inflation is probably more like 10% or more. And this for me is a huge reason why investing into assets is massively important. So the first lesson is this: early retirement isn't just about one number. It's about your personal circumstances, your spending, and how you prepare for surprises along the way. Chapter 2, running the numbers for a single person. Now let's get specific. Meet Tony. He's 57, single, and has 500k in his pension pot. What can that really give him? Using some conservative assumptions, we'll ignore inflation to keep things simple. His investments are growing at 4% per year. You can get 10% by going 100% stocks, but in your late 50s you want less risk. State pension kicking in at 67, currently around 11,500 a year. Planning for life expectancy until the age of 90. With those assumptions, Tony can expect to draw around 20,000 per year or 1,600 per month until he's 67. Then about 2,500 per month once that state pension kicks in. Forgetting about the state pension for now, is that enough? Well, £1,600 a month covers the basics, bills, food, modest living. If Tony owned his home outright, he might just be okay. But here's the reality check. If he's still renting, or if he wants to travel, or even just enjoy some luxuries, that 1,600 could feel stretched. The takeaway: if you're single, you can retire at 57 with 500k, but you'll need to be disciplined. It's not about scraping by, but you'll need to keep an eye on every pound. In this example, I feel Tony will be okay, especially when he's 67 and when he's got 2,500 per month coming in. By the way, these figures are based on the 4% rule, which many people use in retirement. If you want more info, see below for a recent video. Chapter 3, the couple advantage. Now let's look at a couple, Sue and Mike. Between them, they've got the same £500,000 saved. Here's the magic of being a couple in retirement. You share the costs, housing, bills, transport. Most of those don't double just because there's two of you. So with the same pot, Sue and Mike can expect to draw about 1600 per month until they're 67, using the same 4% rule we used in chapter 2. They will have to be very frugal, just like Tony, but their big advantage comes when that state pension kicks in. When they both turn 67, something big happens. They each get a state pension. Suddenly, they have more money coming in. All of a sudden, they have 3,500 coming in. In both examples, it's possible to retire at 57 with a 500k pot, but for 10 years, they will have to be really frugal before that state pension kicks in. I would say a part-time job would work well, like maybe 3 days per week. This could fund holidays and just give them more flexibility in general. What would you do in this situation? Would you live frugally for 10 years, or would you get a part-time job so you could go on a couple of holidays each year? Before we carry on, this video doesn't contain any financial advice, and the full disclaimer can be found below in the description. Chapter 4, the retirement playbook. So what if you're sitting there thinking, that doesn't sound like enough for me? Don't panic. There are 5 proven strategies to stretch your money further and boost your retirement. 1. Consolidate your pensions. Most people have multiple pensions from different jobs. The average is around 5. That's like trying to herd cats. Impossible to manage. And you're probably paying more in fees than you need to. By consolidating into one modern pension, you cut costs, simplify management, and often get better investment options. If you learn how to invest, you could be getting 10% on average each year. And if you're in your 30s or 40s, this could mean 750k instead of 500k at 57. 2. Maximize contributions with tax relief. Here's one of the biggest secrets in retirement. The taxman will help you save. If you put £100 in your pension, the government instantly tops it up to 125. If you're a higher rate taxpayer, you can claim even more back. That's free money, and it adds up fast. Even small amounts boost your contributions and make a huge difference to your retirement over time. The benefits of investing into a SIP are huge. Do some homework and look into it. 3. Work a little longer or go part-time. Now, I know this isn't what people want to hear, but here's the thing. Even working an extra year or 2 or going part-time instead of stopping working altogether makes a massive difference. It means more contributions going in, less money coming out, and fewer years of full retirement to fund. It's like pressing the slow motion button on your retirement. I mentioned this choice earlier, and I feel if I had 500k at 57, this is what I would be doing. Leaving all your money in a savings account feels safe, but it's actually dangerous. Why? Because inflation eats it alive. To keep your money growing, you need to invest in stocks, shares, funds, or even property. That way your pot keeps pace with inflation and doesn't shrink in real terms. The goal isn't to gamble, it's to invest steadily, sensibly, and protect your money for the long term. The UK has about £1.5 trillion in cash ISAs and bank accounts. This is a shocking statistic for me because I know how important investing into assets is. 5. Cut wasteful spending. Finally, expense management. Retirement doesn't mean scrimping like a hermit, but it does mean being smart. Unused subscriptions, takeaways, the Amazon buy button. These small leaks add up over time. Plugging them can give your pension pot years of extra life. Remember, every pound you don't waste today is a pound you can enjoy tomorrow. If you want more info on how to stop wasting money, see below for a recent video. Chapter 5, the big picture. So let's circle back to the big question. Can you retire at 57 with 500k? If you're single, yes, but it will be tight. You'll need to be strict with budgeting, wise investing, and careful planning. If you're in a couple, you've got a little bit more breathing room when you hit 67. Shared costs and dual state pensions give you a much stronger foundation. But either way, don't fall into the trap of thinking it's just about the number. Retirement isn't just about how much you've saved, it's about how you manage it, how you invest it, and how you plan to keep on working. The real goal, to create a retirement that's not just financially secure, but enjoyable. A life where you can relax, spend time with loved ones, and finally do the things you've been putting off. For me, I would have to say 500k wouldn't be enough for me to retire at 57. I'd be looking at £1 million or even more. And if you had 500k at 57, I would keep on working or maybe work part-time, as I've touched on earlier. Summary. So now it's your turn. Look at your numbers, not just what's in your pension pot, but what you actually spend, what you'll need, and how you're managing it. Are you closer to retirement than you think, or do you need to make some changes to secure the future you want? The main thing I'm trying to do on this channel is to help people to retire early, so they have enough money in retirement, so they aren't stressed about money. They can focus on what matters, and that is making the most out of life, spending quality time with people you love. If you're in your 20s or 30s, you could retire at 50 easily. If you're in your 40s, 57 is still possible. If you want more info on how this is possible, like exactly how to invest and what to invest into, I've just published a new playlist on this channel called How to Retire Early, Step by Step, made up of 5 easy to follow videos, and importantly gives you all the info you need to retire early. All I would say is to watch the videos in order and to take some notes, otherwise you're not learning and you probably won't invest your way to early retirement. Anyway, thanks for watching.